Four ways to successfully quit porn and desexualize your mind. Number one, meditation. Meditation, whether it's breath work or vipassana, whatever you choose, meditation will help you quit porn. How can it help? When you sit down and you focus on your breath, when you let go of the thoughts, let go of the sensation, you are training your mind in a state to be in a state of desirelessness, which means that you and do not worry, your desire will not disappear. Your desires will stay. In order for you to not have desire, you need to be a higher level of yogi, a higher level of enlightenment. It's not that easy. So do not worry, your desires will be there. However, when you train your mind to desire less, your craving will have lesser effect on you. You will not be like a drug addict that wants his coke or his alcohol. You will be someone who's more in control of those desires because you know how to set them aside. And meditation can help you tremendously over time to reach that state where you are more in control of those desires. And that is very important, not only for porn, but for everything in your life. Because when you meditate, it's much easier to actually delay gratification for long-term benefits, and that is key in life, not only for porn, but for porn, it is amazing. So meditation is the number one thing you can do to successfully quit porn. Number two, mindfulness. And mindfulness is also indirectly or directly linked to meditation. It is something you can carry around during your day to day, which means walk you can walk in the space, go at the gym, and be mindful. And generally speaking, when you are mindful, is first and foremost, whatever you are doing, you have to give it your all. Let's say I'm doing videos, so I'm focusing on doing those videos. I'm focusing 100% in what I'm doing. If at the gym, I'm focusing in on the weight. If I'm training box, I'm giving it my all. That session, my all. So if you're at the office, you give it your all. You focus on what you're doing. But if your mind distracts, you bring your mind back to what you're focusing on. So you give it your all. And that's a part of mindfulness. Mindfulness, generally speaking, is you are trying to focus on one single thing. So let's say you're walking in the street. Instead of letting your mind distract, you can focus on your steps. You can focus on the trees, on the wind blowing to your face. It's like version of meditation that you can do on your day to day without sitting. You can do it anytime. That's why it's linked to meditation. So when you walk about, you notice the wind, you notice your thoughts, you notice your step, not all at the same time. But if you want an object of meditation, an object of mindfulness, is whatever you are doing in the moment. When you're walking, you can focus on the steps, you can focus on your breath. When you're working, you focus on your work. When you're boxing, you focus on your workout. When you're at the gym, you focus on the weights and you give it your all. You want your mind to focus on one thing because it will bring you happiness. And during those moments of mindfulness, your mind is less receptive to urges. And when those urges come, because inevitably they will come, you can actually deal with them in a proper manner. And you can do some form of meditation when those urges come up. So let's say you go about your day and you are walking, you're commuting, let's say, and you have an urge that comes up. You can stop yourself for a while and just focus on that urge and let it be. As I said, when it came to meditation, you can let it be and it will flow away. You acknowledge it and you let it flow. That's all you need to do. And it will get easier and easier. And after a while, you can just be mindful of it, acknowledge it, and it will just fade. You do not want to distract yourself with that urge and with thoughts about that urge. You will focus on something else. That's what we call the object of meditation and mindfulness. If you can focus on a step, your mind is focused on this. And the more you can focus on whatever you are doing in that moment, the happier your mind will be, the more peace it will feel. I think I will make a whole video on mindfulness to talk about how it can really help you quit porn. But that's the gist of it. If you did not understand what I was trying to say about mindfulness, please leave a comment below and I'll make sure to make another video that is clearer. Number 3 is stop staring at women. It is very easy to fall into the trap of objectifying women. In the hypersexualized, porn-induced society, we are made to objectify women even if we don't think we are doing it. We are doing it. The mind is trained to do so. It's not a good thing. So if you can train yourself to stop checking out women and stop gawking at them and not linger, you will gain so much peace of mind and so much confidence in your ability to not do something that is actually unwholesome. Don't get me wrong, you're not doing it for women, you're doing it for yourself. It benefits women as well, and it benefits you even more so. It's a win-win situation for everybody. When you see a beautiful woman, you do not linger, you look away, and you don't look back. So you do not objectify her. And because you do not objectify her, because if you objectify someone, you objectify yourself in the process, which lower your self-esteem. So by not objectifying anybody, you do not lower your self-esteem. On the contrary, you have a huge confidence boost. So that's number 3, lowering your gaze. And number 4, which also linked to number 3, quit fantasizing. Because once you look at a woman, it's very easy to fantasize. Or even if you're not looking at a woman, you might have fantasies about woman, whether it's porn scene, a woman you've been with, a woman you have pictured yourself with. Do not let your brain fantasize on this. You have to train your mind to desexualize itself, which means that you do not let yourself fantasize on a woman. When your mind should be focused on other things, yeah, you should not let it become a habit. I am not someone who tells you that you should never do all those things except porn. Porn is something that every man would quit. But having sex, fantasizing in moderation, there's a time for it. You can look at a woman and tell yourself she's attractive and look away. You do not need to linger. Why should you be lingering? We men are very visual. So you want to look and get the dopamine rush in your brain. But it's not nice for you. It's not nice for her. So you can see and detach from that attractiveness. And obviously, that's the higher level of lowering your gaze. And that will happen over time. But at the beginning, you should just lower your gaze and not look at her and do not linger. That's very important. So here you have it. All. Those 4 things will help you successfully quit porn. Meditation, mindfulness, lowering your gaze, and not fantasizing and not having sexual fantasy during your day. And that's all for now. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you very soon.